He says तुम्हारा कर्तव्य है अपने वर्ण के अनुसार कर्म करना. Varna does not mean the jati here. Varna means the station in which you are in life. If you're a student, your job is studying, learning, gaining knowledge. If you're a teacher, your job is teaching, gaining knowledge and spreading knowledge. So he says, your commitment should be towards your work. कार्य करना तुम्हारा कर्तव्य है, कार्य को नकारना भी तुम्हारा कर्तव्य नहीं है. Inaction is also killing. And this small dear friend speaks of the same thing. He says, unwillingness to act. Forget the act. गलत होगा, we can still come back, rectify the whole thing. But यहाँ तो क्या होता है, काम ही नहीं करना. Unwillingness to act, we will not act. I'm talking of the humanity, I'm not talking of this world. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm talking of people who have achieved greater things in life. I'm talking of people who have achieved only mediocre things in life. The difference is the willingness to act. The journey to 1,000 miles begins with what? Will somebody tell me? The journey to 1,000 miles begins with what? The first step. That first step is willingness to act. So what he says is, he says, get up and enjoy a new freedom of bravery. Faith in yourself. Bravery of fighting things out. Not getting restricted by the circumstances. My family cannot afford this. There are people who have gone beyond the affordability of family. They've worked for themselves, yet they've done wonderful things in learning also. There are many people in this world who have not been as privileged as we are. They didn't have these auditoriums with them. They didn't have some foundations with them. They didn't have IMs with them. Yet they've done wonderful things in life. Faith in yourself. Faith in the positivity of the things. Faith is what? He says, Karam kiye jao, phal ki chinta mat karo. Why did he say that? Will somebody tell me why did he say that? Ki phal ki chinta mat karo. Aaj ka aadmi to bolega, "Arey Prophet nahi to main kaam kyun karunga?" He said that because he says, if your eyes are fixed on the fruit, if your eyes are fixed, your mind, heart is fixed on the fruit, then you will not focus on the work. And if you do not focus on the work, will the fruit come? Yeah, my friends, if you do not focus on the job, will it be successful? No. Abhi kya ho raha hai? Majority of people, possibly all of us, we join a study career keeping in mind for past 2 years, 4 years, if you're into engineering 4 years, if you're into MBAs 2 years, how would be my placement? Is that a fact or not? That's a fact. The current MBA is more of a placement. When MBA had originated, if you really ask me, it goes back to early 70s. When the MBA had come, because prior to that there used to be commerce only, economics and commerce. There was no management. Management stream came somewhere in 70s. So at that time there was no placement. No university spoke of placements. No department spoke of placements. It's more of learning oriented. Today it's more of placement oriented. So I would suggest that we focus on the job in hand. We focus, what is the job in hand? Our job in hand is learning. We focus on the learning. Let me tell you, once you understand your things, once you learn your things, once you pick up the required knowledge from here, once you do the required research from here, there is nothing in this world that can stop your placement. You will manage your placement much better than the institute even. You will do well in life because you picked up the rudiments when these were required. You picked up the knowledge when this was needed. Yes, you learn by experience. There's no doubt about it. But when the time is there to learn, that is the time we don't focus on the action in hand. We focus on what? Fruit. So he says, have faith. The results will come. New hope. Today onwards, we talk of new hope. New hope of what? Hope of my achieving better things in life. Not hope of somebody else giving me a better career. They cannot give me a better career. How can they give me a better career? They can simply give me a job. A job is not a career. My career will come by my knowledge. My career will come by my learning things. My career will come by my inquiry. What is missing today is inquiry. How can I do better? How can I learn better? What next to do, sir? Please tell me. That is what is missing. And new dynamism. Dynamism what? Things doing in a different manner every time. In a much more awakened manner is dynamism. And what happens? New leadership. So today we are talking of new leadership.
पर्दे करो किनारे खूटे से बंधी है हवा मिल के छुड़ाओ सारे आ जाओ पतंग लेके लेके आसमां का शामियाना आज हमें है सजाना क्यों इस कदर मौसम का है मेहमान दुनिया सजी तेरे लिए खुद को जरा पहचान तू धूप है क्षण से बिखर तू है नदी बेखबर बह चल कहीं उड़ चल कहीं मौसम का है मेहमान फांसी जिंदगी उदासी तासे हंसने को राजी गर्मा गर्म सारी अभी अभी है उतारी जिंदगी तो है बताशा मीठी मीठी सी है आशा चक ले रख ले हथेली से ढक ले इसे है बारिश का घर भी पास है रोके तुझे कोई क्यों भला संग संग तेरे आकाश है तू धूप है क्षण से बिखर तू है नदी बेखबर बह चल कहीं उड़ चल कहीं दिल खुश जहां तेरी तो मंजिल है वही
What will you tell yourself? Please say that loudly. Yes, for your careers, sky is the limit. It is just the beginning of life. You're just beginning. I don't think it's a small placement that matters. I don't think it's a small job that matters. Absolute sky is the limit. I can see a lot of corporate leaders sitting here. I can see wonderful businessmen sitting here. I can see plenty of industrials sitting here. Nashik is a known place for industrialization. And what do you tell yourself? Sky is the limit. Please write down this sentence in the beginning of your diary that you wrote in, or the laptop that you open up every morning. It should open up with what? Tell me, it should open up with what?
Sky.
Yes, tell yourself, sky is the limit. And believe me, sky is the limit. But even sky is not the limit because we are going beyond sky also. Sky used to be a limit 20 years ago, 40 years ago. Today we have gone to the Mars also. So is there a sky limit? No. The definition of limit has changed. Possibly you can say unlimited potential. Possibly today we can go right up to the sun, look into his eyes and say, yes, we are there. This is what leadership is all about. I said we are not discussing utopic leadership. I said we are not discussing political leadership. Out of these two, we will evolve a third leadership. That is, how do I become an effective leader, is my topic of the day. Let's understand. Why leadership? Will somebody tell me, why do we need this leadership? We are happy in our places, whatever we are doing. So suddenly, why are we talking of leadership? We obviously don't need monitors here telling the class, please behave yourself. But that's what leaders are all about. When we were in school, who was the leader? The monitor of the class would be the leader. Or anybody who's done best in life would be the leader. Anybody who's done achieved more marks would be the leader. We don't need those kind of leaders here. We are talking of an India that is growing. We are talking of an India that is opening to the world. We talk of an India that wants to make itself a major superpower in the world. And who are the people who will make India a major superpower in the world? All of us, rather all of you. Don't say young generation. Say, I will make it. Who will make it?
I will make it.
Say that loudly.
I will make it.
Yes, it's the I that matters. Lord Krishna, when he said Atma ko pehchano, he didn't mean there is something invisible that you must recognize. No, Atma is not invisible. What is Atma? I am Atma. All of you, please point your finger towards yourself and say, I am Atma. Yes, you are Atma. You are that invincible power. You are that power that can achieve glories in life, that can make India a superpower. So why do we need leadership? Globalization. Have we heard of this? What is globalization? Entire world is opening up. There are no boundaries now. There are no limitations. There are no physical boundaries. Today you cannot say this is the border of India because your internet, your flick of finger goes beyond international borders. Sitting on computers, you can, by the fraction of a second, by the time you flick your eye, can you not reach the remotest corner of the world? Yes, you can. That is what globalization is all about. Globalization is not only trade. Globalization is not only dealing between two countries. Globalization is culture. The culture is getting globalized. How often have we seen this?